Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mental Wellsprings. My name is Joy Richardson, and I'm a mental health therapist here at Gracely Counseling Services. We are located in East Stroudsburg. Welcome back to our newest series, the Wolf Series. Thank you all for those of you who have been tuning in for the past couple of weeks in our series. For those of you who are new, welcome to our newest series. We hope that you enjoy it. So the Wolf series has been really focusing on the importance of having a healthy foundation, right? If our foundation isn't strong, whenever life storms come, or particularly in this series, when the big bad wolf comes in to take us out, we'll feel like we're incapable of standing strong. We'll feel like the first little piggy, like our foundation is built on straw, and when life circumstances come in, we're just blowing in the wind. We feel like we're incapable of standing. But today I want to speak to you about the importance of having healthy coping skills, right? Coping skills are going to be what help us to navigate. So I'm going to start by giving you the definition of what a coping skill is. So coping skills are strategies and techniques that people use to manage stressful situations and difficult emotions. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer too, that I'm going to be speaking to our kiddos, so I may use certain terminology and then I'm going to break it down because I really want our kiddos to be able to understand it. So, coping skills are ways to kind of help us to calm down so we feel like we can get through tough situations in life, right? So, coping skills could either be adaptive or maladaptive. So those are just fancy terms, right? So adaptive would be healthy coping skills. Maladaptive would be our unhealthy coping skills. So I want us to I'm going to give you guys a couple of examples before we jump into the coping skills. So certain situations in life, right, may happen. Maybe we are being bullied, right? Maybe we're dealing with grief. Maybe our anxiety just heightens and we're not able to calm ourselves down. Something happens and we get super, super angry, right? And want to get aggressive. We feel like our boundaries haven't been respected or they're being overstepped, right? Moments where we feel threatened, that's when we start to feel a little bit dysregulated, which would be triggered, overwhelmed, and those are the moments where we might feel like we want to engage in unhealthy coping skills, which might be yelling, screaming, using bad words, right? Wanting to fight somebody, suddenly feeling like we just want to cry, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like a sense of panic inside, right? That's when we want to go into our fancy toolbox and we want to be strong like the third little piggy, right? We don't want to feel like the big bad wolf, which is life storms or issues come in and we feel overwhelmed and we feel like we can't cope. I want to teach you how to be like the third little piggy and feel like your foundation is strong and you're strong. Like, for instance, like I said, the bricks. The third little piggy, I'm sorry, built his home with brick and felt as though he was able to manage. So some healthy coping skills would be deep breathing, right? Deep breathing would just be simply breathing in and out, right? We might do 10 seconds of deep breathing, 20 seconds of deep breathing, breathing in through your nose and out through our mouth. For our tiny, tiny little kiddos, right? Our tiny tykes, we might want to smell the flowers and blow out the candles, right? So that's a really cute, simple way for like our little ones who might be in preschool or kindergarten. It could be a fun way of teaching our kids how to deep breathe, right? Physical activities might be another great way of coping. So running, right? Jogging, briskly walking, doing physical activities. Maybe you like to throw the football back and forth with somebody. Maybe running drills with basketball or simply shooting. Maybe riding your bike, hula hooping, whatever it is, dancing. Those might be really good ways for you to take that energy and to channel it elsewhere, right? Expressing your emotions, right? Learning to talk about your feelings. I need something, I feel something, I want something was a really big one from our previous video. Expressing yourself through music, through art, right? Some of our kiddos were super duper duper creative. Maybe you like to paint, you like to draw, music, dancing, spoken word, singing, rapping. You guys, my kiddos nowadays, you guys are super creative. So I would say take that moment of feeling overwhelmed or feeling triggered and place that somewhere safe and healthy. Positive self-talk, right? The things that we say about ourselves, the things that we think about ourselves, the things that we do play a role in our overall mental health. So when you tell yourself, I'm smart, I can do this, I've got this, I have a strong foundation, I'm like the third little piggy, you'll be able to do it. Sensory stimulation. This is a fun one, right? For those of us who like to fidget, right? We have our fidget packs. We have our fidget spinners. We have our, I think it's called monkey noodles. We have our I forgot what it's called. I want to call it a poppet, but that might not actually be the right term. Anything that's sensory related, that can get your hands moving and can get you focused on your hands and off maybe what you're thinking in your head and what you're internally feeling in the moment. Social supports are super important, right? If we talk to our family, we talk to our friends, we talk to a trusted adult, those are all great ways to navigate how we're feeling. So again, we want you to feel like the third little piggy. We want you to be strong like a brick. So when you start to feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, triggered, I want you to go into that toolbox and I want you to use some of those coping skills that we discussed today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful day.